Welcome back to Rising Phoenix Oracle. I'm T the Oracle. Thank you for tuning in for another celebrity reading. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. So recently, Kim Porter's father, I believe, came out and just, I guess, shared his thoughts on what's going on with Diddy and, in regards to his daughter. And I do know that, previously people, I know I can speak for myself, when all of this, unfolded, always wonder, where is her family? Where are her parents? Are they still among the living? It's just kind of weird where you just never really heard about her family. And she's been in the industry for a while. And I remember watching videos back in the day, like in the late 90s, and, seeing her in different videos. And I remember seeing her on, I think it was Entertainment Tonight, where they did a segment with her and Diddy when they announced that she was pregnant with the twins. And they were doing like a photo shoot. And, it's just kind of interesting. You always saw Diddy, I was going to call him Puff. That's what they called him back in the day. I was about to say Puff. I remember seeing him, his mother, I think her name is Janice, and it's just like you always saw his presence, his mother, different things like that, but you never heard from her family. I'm like, what do they really think? You know what I mean? Like, they have to have some thoughts about what's going on and some insider knowledge. I know she shared it with them, but, so her father's finally come out and speak, and, I just feel that it's kind of weird for him to speak out now. Why not before? So let's just pull a little cards to see, like, what's going on with her father? Like, why is he coming out now? You know what I mean? Like, why? Let's pull a few cards. Like, Kim Porter's father. Kim Porter's father. Kim Porter's father. What's going on with him? Why is he coming out now? All right, let's see what we have here. First card, courageous. Second card, strong foundation in the reverse. Next card, divine feminine. Sacred geometry. Laugh in the reverse. Self-care. Let's pull one more for good measure. Let's pull the seventh card. Foundation in the reverse. This is so funny, two foundation cards, because I didn't see the strong foundation. I just saw the word foundation, so that's why I said foundation. But strong foundation is in the reverse, and then you have another foundation card, and it's in the reverse, and that's the seventh card. Very interesting, very telling. So let's go ahead and take a look back at this spread and see what's going on here, just to shed a little bit of light on what's going on with her father. Okay, so we have the courageous card here, and the courageous card here. I look at this two different ways. I look at this twofold. Number one, this gives me definitely like the energy of Kim Porter, especially later on, before, her transition. It was the point where, she became, I guess you would say, courageous. She got to the point where it's just like, man, it is what it is. Like, I'm going to try and live my life. I'm going to try and do what I need to do or what I want to do. But she was still aware of the power that he has, speaking as of Diddy, right? But I do remember reading before that in the end, like later on, she started to fight Diddy back. I do know that according to sources, they said that Diddy actually broke her nose, and that's why she got a nose job. Because I remember her from back in the day, and I'm like, something is different. Like, her nose looks different. And come to find out, he did break her nose, allegedly, according to sources, and that's why she had got a nose job. She looks a little bit different. But, later on, and I think Gene Deal even said it before, like, they end up, like, when they get into it, she ended up fighting back, especially towards the end. And so, I feel like this card represents her, but then also with her dad, since we're focusing on him, to me, coming out right now shows that, I don't want to say he has the upper hand, but it kind of shows that for us, who's looking at the situation, for the audience, he's portraying a certain image as to where, you know, I'm brave, I'm speaking up, I'm coming out, I'm speaking now. And I think he feels it's the right time, and it may be because of all that's going on with Diddy. He's losing his grip that he had on people. The fear that a lot of people had in regards to him is kind of diminishing, because a lot of his stuff is, you know, the tower is falling for him, okay? And so he doesn't, like I said, have that grip or that terror or that hold on people like he once has. So like I said, this represents two things. It represents Kim Porter, who gained a bit of strength towards the end, and then it also represents her father, who's trying to portray this image or this front of being a courageous person who's now speaking out about the injustices that Diddy did against, you know, Cassie and women of that sort. So that's one reason why he's speaking out. Now, you have this strong foundation card, which is in the reverse. This is telling me that I feel as if he wasn't necessarily there for his daughter in the way that he was supposed to be. And maybe he feels a little bit of guilt, and that's why he's coming out. And like I said, Diddy doesn't have that reign of terror as he once had, and people feel like they're a little bit more free to come out and speak their mind. But this card is definitely telling, and it's saying that he did not support his daughter in a way that he should have. And this is kind of shady dealings for me, because this strong foundation, this is just not the foundation card. A lot of times for the family, especially for little girls and young girls, their father is like their pillar. It's their strong foundation. And even if you have a dad there, but then he's not the strong foundation, or he's not acting in his role as he's supposed to as father, the father teaches you what to accept and what not to accept from a man. Your father teaches you what a stand-up guy is. The father teaches you what a real man is through his actions, and also through him speaking with you as well, but definitely through his actions. He definitely was not there for her in this situation, and it's very telling. Like, why weren't you there? Is there a specific reason why? Now, after she didn't transition, now you want to come out and speak in regards to women, and, you know, what they've gone through and how that's not right. But where were you? Were you behind the scenes diligently working, trying to get your daughter away from this diabolical man who's allegedly committed all of these injustices against women and even other people, even some men? So where were you then? Like, now you're trying to stand up, or, you know, take a side or take a stance, you know? That's why this Divine Feminine card came out. And then you have this Sacred Geometry card. Okay, stuff is starting to line up here. So there's this particular reason why you were quiet before. Is it because Diddy may have paid you off, or you were scared, or whatever it was? Did things line up for you in a way? Did he help take care of you? Did he help take care of the family? Did he give y'all some money? Feels like things were lined up in a specific type of way where you couldn't say nothing, or you couldn't complain, or you didn't want to because of something possibly may have been offered to you. The father knew that this was a serious matter. He knew that this was not a laughing matter. He knew that this was a serious matter. At times, he tried to justify or possibly even dismiss how serious the issue was with Diddy and his daughter, and, you know, just the character of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? He understood that it was serious dealing with him. He also knew that you couldn't cross him as well. I do believe the energy that I'm getting is that it would be better to work with him than against him. And if Puffy comes to you with some type of proposal or plan, or and include money with it, and say, hey, I'll do this, I'll set you up, who are you to refuse? You understand what I'm saying? A deal you can't refuse. Self-care. First thing that comes to my mind is self-preservation. To me, it's almost feeling like, okay, you definitely looking out for yourself before your child or before your daughter. You know, people can fight and say, you know, you come first or your child come first or whatever it is. In certain instances, it always context with it. But in this instance, in dealing with your daughter who's connected and even had children with a narcissist, a diabolical man, someone who is very evil and just dark and deviant, but yet you allow her to be with him, or you push her towards him, or you encourage her to be with him. Why? For self-care, for self-preservation, so that you could be taken care of. So was he offering money? Was he offering, you know, stability or support for you? It's crazy. Then you have the foundation card. This is in the reverse, and this solidifies the strong foundation. This father definitely, he went against the grain. I feel like there were family members who did not agree with this, but for some reason he was the oddball out. And like I said, it could be because of fear. It also could be because of money being offered to him, a certain lifestyle. Hey, you know what I mean? If you just don't say nothing, you know, convince her to stay, whatever it is, you know. The sad thing about it is Kim Porter's foundation, the person that she probably should have been able to run to, you know, for the most part, was not really there for her. But now he wants to speak up. And it's just very, very telling and very interesting. So what's going on with him? Why is he speaking up now? Like I said before, maybe he feels as if, you know, Diddy doesn't have as much power as he had previously. And so he's able to kind of speak a little bit more freely. Maybe he's not getting, I don't know why I keep getting the word bribe. Like maybe he's not reaping any perks anymore. Diddy, at this point in time, he might be going broke, allegedly, because if he continues to rack up these lawsuits and then he has to pay legal teams and then he's losing ties and endorsement deals and, you know, just partnerships that he's had, where is the money coming from? You're going to end up spending more money than what's coming in. So maybe he's not able to pay people to be on his side as he used to. So what's really going on? Recognition and reward. Love begins, reverse. And let's pull another one. Spiritual union. Very interesting. To me, it feels as if Puffy possibly, or Diddy possibly, like I said before, was either paying him or he was reaping the benefits, just as some people would say, well, Kim Porter reaped benefits of being with Diddy, you know, being in the spotlight, access to money, access to resources, access to, you know, nice home, nice cars, different things like that, even though everything else is pretty much BS. Like, that's a horrible way to live, in fear of someone who's diabolical, but yet you have all of these material possessions. What's the point of it if you can't have peace of mind? But this recognition and reward card, it kind of solidifies the fact you see the three right here. So it'd be Diddy, Kim Porter, and the dad. It's like they're all connected. They're able to reap the benefits of Diddy's resources or whatever. So I think the father was getting some type of resource or support or something like that. You have this love begin card, and then you have this spiritual union card. With these two, I feel like, you know, in talking with the dad, you know, Puffy is a speaker. He can convince people to do things. Like, he's very, I don't want to use the word charismatic, because when I hear him talk, I feel like it's overkill and it gets on my nerves. But for the most part, he could talk you into something. He's like a greasy salesperson. He could really talk you into something. So for me, with the spiritual union card, the way he sold it to the dad, like, you know, we belong together. We have a child, you know, blah, blah, blah. This is, you know, when Christian Combs, the one that looks just like him, you know, was born. We have a son, and, you know, we belong together. Every relationship has its ups and downs. You know, we just got to work through it, but we belong together. Even in the back of the father's mind, like, okay, I know this is probably some bullshit, but, you know, for certain reasons, you got to go along with it. Like I said before, you know, connected to resources, money, opportunities, being taken care of, or whatever it is. But P. Diddy he's very persuading. He has a lot of energy. He has a lot of experience in the industry for many years. And so he's able to really, really talk people into things. Does the father regret, one last question, does the father regret not stepping in or allowing his daughter to continue with Puffy? And when I say allow, you know what I mean. Like, not really saying nothing, not sticking up for her, but just allowing it to, you know, continue. Because even though she's a grown adult, you can't allow, you know what I mean? But you can talk to someone and you can try and forbid, or you can try and convince them, or let them know. Like, did he even try and tell her on the side, or try and convince her, or try and help her get out the situation or anything? Like, how does he feel now? Communication in reverse. Isolation in reverse. Divine feminine again. I think he is regretful. What I'm getting from this, I think he is regretful in some case. I feel like he's getting it from different members of the family. I think different members of the family feel as if he should have stepped in more. He should have stepped in. He should have stepped in as a father and as a masculine figure to help his daughter. But in so many words, he's like, what could I have done? What else could I have done? Diddy is like a whole different person. He's a different type of person to deal with. If these other people who are coming out, these celebrities and other people he's dealt with over the years, the last 20, 30 years, if they just now coming out and they've been in hiding and never really said anything, he's like, just imagine how I feel, basically the things that I've witnessed. So either you go along with it or you perish with it. You know what I mean? Like, either you go along or get ran over. So his best bet for preservation for himself, his family, his daughter, is just to kind of go along with it in hopes that things will get better later on. But as we all know, evidently it did not, especially for Kim Porter, but all the other women that Diddy's basically damn near came in contact with. Okay? I feel like towards the end, before everything happened with Kim Porter, he wanted to talk to her. I'm not sure if they had a relationship, but it felt like their relationship was strained. It feels like he wanted to speak with her, but she was just like, you know what I mean? She was more kind of like, you know, how Find Your Tribe, where, you know, family is not necessarily, you know, close to you, but those close friends or people that you've been around for many years. That's who Kim Porter was around. But I think that possibly she may not have been close to her family due to the fact that, you know, Puffy kind of kept her isolated as well. And that may be another reason why, too. So, you know, especially from those family members who didn't necessarily agree with what was going on with Diddy and his relationship with Kim and how things played out and the type of person that he was and how he mistreated her and different things like that and manipulated her. There are some relatives in her family who was not down for that ish, but for some reason her father had a soft spine. Like he, yeah. Yeah. He has a little bit of mixed feelings. He wish he could have spoke with his daughter and kind of ironed some things out. Honestly, it kind of feels like to clear his conscience, but it also feels like he had to do what he had to do. So his feelings are a little bit guarded and a little bit mixed. That's what I'm getting from him. But we'll see as time goes. We'll revisit this and continue to see what more information is being revealed in regards to Kim Porter, Diddy, and adjacent people who've dealt with him over the years. Peace.